Yo, what's good, guys? How are we all doing? Hope we're doing well as always. And we're back with another training video. So on the back of my tactics videos, which are having a lot of success, I've decided I'm going to start doing a series now, helping you out and talking about hot topics within the game and things that I'm getting a lot of feedback on my Twitch streams, and tactics, methods and ways of beating your opponent, and just generally things that you guys want to improve on and things that you may struggle on in game. So to start with, we're going to cover the hot topic, which is overload ball side. Currently this is like the biggest pet hate of like most people on FIFA at the moment. You know, it's doing the rounds. EA have commented on it, saying they're looking at it and they're aware of the situation. So whether we do see any changes, you know, we will shall see soon. But I thought I'd start with just on Twitter. Just if you type overload ball side, you can see that everybody's talking about it, comparing it to like, you know, in real life game football. There, just an example here. This is from tonight's game. You know, Atletico versus Liverpool. Just shows you that it actually is pretty much adopted in real life. You know, that this is what you're seeing on FIFA at the moment, with people using overload ball side. As we scroll down as well, you know, there's people here showing. You've got someone here showing. You know, you can see the mini map at the bottom. You see, very similar to what you've just seen there in real life. People using overload ball side and having the players very compact. And it's generally what's causing problems on FIFA and really frustrating people. Let's just see if I can find anything else on here to show you. Again, someone referring to the Liverpool match today. You know, there's another example again. Very similar to that real life shot you just saw them, but this is obviously FIFA 20. This is like drop back, overload ball side. You know, every man back, and this is what we're up against. This is what is causing such a big problem for people in FIFA in terms of it being a game and ruining the enjoyment, and people are struggling to break it down. So I'm going to try and help you guys to break this down and to overcome it the best you can, and the way that I do it, and how I get Elite 1, and how I'm in Division 1 in Rivals as well. And just the things that I find help to beat it and draw your opponent out and create the gaps and score goals. So, right, what we'll do, we'll jump into EA's definition of overload ball side and what they actually say it is and how it works in game. Okay, so here we are. We're on EA's website here, and it's the pitch notes that are telling you everything about the D-pad instructions and what their tactics do. So for people that don't know how to activate overload ball side, it's a D-pad instruction. You press down on the D-pad and then right, and it will activate overload ball side. This tactic encourages your team to play compactly in defence. This can greatly reduce your team's width. And they've got a video here just showing us exactly what it does, so you can see that they've got every player back here. The team's really compact. You can see all the defenders are all compact ball side, and as they move the player over to the other side, the players all move across the pitch to stay ball side and stay compact and stop you generally from going over the, you know, through the middle and creating space. And that is here kind of just showing you how it works. You know, just a quick example. It says, note how compact the defending is and how their shape shifts. The easiest to notice by watching the radar. The difficulty level has been set to beginner for all clips in this article in order to easily demonstrate the effect of D-pad tactics. When overload ball side is active, your team shape will try and shift towards the ball, potentially ignoring defensive player instructions and mapped opposition players. It can be beneficial to try and control the middle area of your half, but can leave you exposed to wide attacks, which is what we're going to kind of touch on in the gameplay in a moment, and how to beat overload ball side. And interestingly there, it says your defenders will ignore all instructions, so it kind of overrides any instructions that are on your defenders or you put on, and also the fact that they will ignore opposition player, they'll just hold the position, and that's where the AI defending issue comes in. So because AI defending is so strong, and AI interceptions and AI blocking is so strong, that is what's making overload ball side again OP, because you've got the combination of overload ball side, the defenders shifting, becoming compact, making it really difficult to you to play through the middle and create any space, combined with the AI assistance, is causing tons of problems for everybody in this game, all levels as well. So that's EA's definition of it, how to activate it, and what they say about it. So for people that didn't know, hopefully that helps you understand exactly what it is and how it works. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to jump into some gameplay, showing you my gameplay from my weekend league where I got 28 and 2. These are matches from 14 wins onwards, and I'm going to talk about and stop it and talk about how I brought down their position. You will see a pattern of play of what I do, and hopefully that will help you guys beat overload ball side and give you some kind of ideas and things to try out this weekend in Weekend League, and hopefully it works for you. So let's get into it. Right, just before we jump into the footage, I just want to show you I was using 4-2-3-1 in all these clips in game. This is my 4-2-3-1 tactic that I have uploaded a video for. I will link it at the end of the video, so if you want to try my tactics, you're more than welcome to. They're getting a great response, so hopefully they help you. The only thing that I did do differently is I changed it from drop back to balanced for this weekend for me, just because I'm quite comfortable on balanced. So on the video it says drop back. Try both, see which works best for you, but the rest of the tactics is exactly the same. But I just wanted to show you what tactics I'm using, so you are aware when I'm talking about my lamb, my ram, my cam, my full backs and my strikers, etc. What formation I'm using and what tactics I'm using. So let's go, let's get into it. Right, here we go. This is the start of the clips. Let's get started. So straight away I select my tactic, and then one thing I want to highlight here for you, just for the people that don't know. You've got attacking tactics as well. So this is up on the D-pad. So you can see here, up on the D-pad here at the bottom left. The first thing I do at the start of every game now, just because overload ball side is so OP, and everybody generally is using it. Usually, before everyone was really aware of it, I'd look at the the mini map that comes up here in a moment and check if they're using it or not. But literally, I don't think I played one opponent that wasn't using it this weekend, so straight away I put attacking fullbacks on. So this is one of my key things that I use to beat overload ball size, attacking fullbacks. So I just want to point that out there straight away and to show you that's the first thing I activate. And then the next thing I activate, which is overload ball side myself, straight after. So we're on the attack, you can see we're breaking. Again, you can see here, right, I just want to make a point now. So you can see here, you've got the fullbacks here making the run. He's going to come down here, okay? And then if you look on the minimap here as well, you can see the fullback here making a run down here. You've got my lamb here, he's going to come down here. You've got the cam that's going to go forward, and then you've got obviously the two. You've got the cam here, and you've got the ram who's got the ball here, and then the right back, which I've shown you here. So all these players are going to bomb it forward. All of them are going to come up with you in attack, which is key in beating overload ball side. Your CDMs will generally hold the position. So that's Awara in this occasion here, and Sissoko in this occasion here. These will just move up slightly just to here and sit in here. So, and then they'll kind of just stay here unless you involve them in the play. But I just want to give you just a quick overview. You can see, I know there's a lot of arrows on there and it's a lot of information thrown at you, but this is the way you've got to beat overload ball side. You've got to get your whole team attacking and overload your opponent to counteract the fact that they're going to be so compact. I'll just get rid of that and then we'll get started. We'll carry on with the clips. So here you go, you can see we've got Neymar here, taking our time, holding it, letting all the players get into position. So again now, if you look at the minimap, so if you look down here, so just here, for people who don't know, just here, the minimap here, you can see, look at this line of players I've got here now. Look, so I've got my lamb, my left back, my cam, my ram, and my right back, all in a line now. And you can see the fact that he's got overload ball side on. He's really compact here. All his defence is compact. He's got everyone in the middle. You've got all this space on the wing here. And I do apologise, obviously I'm using the minimap, it's quite small, but it's the best way to show you before we start the clip. So we need to expose the wing play to create gaps in the middle area to help us out. And that's what's going to help do it, is by putting attacking fullbacks on and utilising that. I know you're going to be worried about getting done on the break, but it's high risk but high reward. You almost have got to do it to try and break your opponent down. And obviously with the overload ball side, everybody struggles to break a lot anyway, currently in the game. But again, you can see I'm being patient here, bringing the defenders in, moving up, waiting, using that wide play, using the left backs, utilising the CDMs here, which is Firmino in this occasion. You've got De Bruyne there as McCann. That's the lamb there, quite narrow. Again, take your time, taking my time. Again, you can see all these players back. Look. So in this position here, you can see literally all the players who's got defender here, defender here, defender here, defender here, defender here. You know, so he's got what? Well, he's got 5 people defending there. One of his CDMs must be on drop back as well, in between defenders. And then he's got another CDM here, and I'm guessing these are his cams or his lambs, you know, here. And I've only got what, you know, and you can see I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in the play at the moment, and then at the bottom there you can see my right back all the way out there, creating the width and creating the space for us. And you can see we've got a lot of space here for Neymar as well. You know, there's a lot of room for Neymar, a lot of room here because we created that width. We have spread out his defenders slightly to allow us to create the pass in here, which will then allow us to go here or here, and there's a shooting opportunity here. So having the players on you know, having the attacking fullbacks on get forward like we have done straight away, the deeper instructions, combined with your lamb, combined with your ram and your cams, on this occasion you can see it's really helping. We'll carry on with the gameplay and see what we do. So we turn, just like I said, but he blocks it off, take our time, bring Bernardo Silva into the play, and bang, there's a goal. So next one here, he's attacking us, we're defending, we've got the ball back, Firmino's got it, the CDM there covering Mendy, into De Bruyne, again taking our time, using the CDMs, letting our fullbacks get forward, letting our rams get forward, you know, letting everybody get forward. And again, if you you take a look at the minimap, just have a quick look down here at the minimap. You know, again, look at the line. Look, you see the line straight down here. All my players in a row, creating that space, and you've got all his players back. He's got his bank of defenders here. You've got CDMs here. Got his lamb, and his ram here. Everyone back, and he's got his cam and his striker here. So I'm assuming he's got them to stay forward. But again, he is overload ball side. You can see he's still very narrow, very narrow, which then is creating the space for our fullback here, which I've highlighted on the minimap, and the other fullback here. And then you've got, I think he's actually the lamb. The lamb's actually come over here. You've got Bernardo Silva as our ram, and you've got Neymar as our striker. And again, I'm circling a lot of things because I want to show you every single element, every single player that's involved in the game. And we don't want to do that, do we? Okay, here we go. So let's carry on. Let's see what we do. Again, taking our time, letting everybody get into the play. Easy, like, look, see, he's got every player back now, apart from his camera and his striker. Overload ball side here, staying compressed, he's staying patient, but you know, he tackles us there. The AI defending pays off, tackles us there, he's got the ball, but we keep the pressure on, keep attacking him, keep pressing him, and eventually we'll get the ball back. You can see the fullbacks get back pretty fast, so you even though your fullbacks are getting forward, you're not really that exposed. You have still got the cover if you've got fast fullbacks, which allow them to get back really quick. And as long as they've got high standard, you should be fine. You know, you've got the ball again. We're on the break here, passing it around, using the diamonds as well. You know, passing it between the CDMs and the cam, waiting patiently, letting all the players get into position, overloading the wings, which then stretches the play. You've got a Dama running in here, back to De Bruyne, boom, goal. So you can see there is a pattern of play here. This is another clip as well. Again, you can see patient play, involving all the CDMs, involving all the players, allowing everyone to get forward. You know, again, we'll just highlight on the minimap here when we get the ball. Here we go. So again, see how we've got Mendy here straight away, bombing it down here. You've got Bernardo bombing it down here, and then if you look on the minimap again, you've got the left back and the lamb going up in that space there, and then you can see all these players in the play here. You know, you've got all these players here, all of them, every single player you can see on the screen because they're using overload ball side. All these defenders here, and all the space that you've got so much space, and I'll highlight on the minimap as well. You've got to expose the space that overload ball side creates and the low depth, and that is how you beat this tactic. You've got to use your wings. You've got to make sure that you are overloading areas. Spread the play. Involve your CDMs. Involve your cams. Involve your lambs. You know, you've got to involve everybody in the play to create the chance of beating this tactic. And that's the only way to do it. And that's what creates the gaps. You know, the fact that we've got all these players going forward, that is what's created that gap. He has actually pulled the defender out of position. That has helped us, which has let De Bruyne get in there. And bang, there's another goal. There we go. On to the next match. Again, you can see exactly the same thing again. Look on the minimap. You can see here, all his defenders, all narrow, all over the ball side. You can see all the space here and here. If you keep looking at the minimap at the bottom as well, keep looking, and that's where we've got to expose. We've got to expose all this space down here, and all this space down here, which will then pull these players apart. You know, we've got to pull these players apart. We've got to make sure that the opponent doesn't know where you're going to go, and he's going to start dragging players out, and then in turn the AI start dragging players out as well. We'll carry on again. Pay it into the wings, and I'm not very aggressive with the wings. I don't just hit it down the wings and run with it. I use that play to pass it back to my CDMs or my fullbacks, and then that will allow my players to get forward. So you can see on the minimap how all my players are forward now. Look how deep I've got my centre back here, but look on the minimap. Look, you can see all these defenders again narrow, but look where my players are. You've got my ramp and this right back there, which you can see at the top of the screen up here as well, and then my left back and my lamp are right up there already, spreading the play, creating the gaps down the wing areas, which will in turn create the gaps in the centre of the park as well. So we'll pass it right out there to the wingers, into Adama. Again, being patient, let everyone come into play, keep the ball, try our best. In other tackles there, we keep it into Firmino, into De Bruyne, and he tackles them and get the penalty. So, you know, and that's spreading the play, utilising the whole width of the pitch, utilising all areas, bringing every player into the move, and you can see we broke it down. We went in panic. He put the tackle in, and we got the penalty, and that should be a 1-1 there. I think if we score it, do we score it? Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure we do. Bang! There we go. 1-1. On to the next clip. So this guy's not quite as narrow, but he's using overload ball side. So you can see this guy here is full on drop back. You see every player back apart from his striker. He wins the ball back there, but we'll get it back. Got De Bruyne on the ball. You know, you can see everyone bombing it forward. I'm just pausing it just to show you quickly. Again, you know, if you see there, look, you've got the lamp and the left back there. We've got Neymar who's a striker, De Bruyne who's the cam, and the ram and the right back there, stretching all the play again, which I've just highlighted on the minimap. And you've got all these defenders in this little segment here, just here, which gives us all the space in behind here, all the space in behind here, and then when we create the play, he's going to come up here, which then is going to leave gaps here, and then the AI will then start to move players out or over, which will then create gaps for Neymar to go into, or vice versa, because you're stretching the play. And obviously his other players here and here and here are worried about what's going on here and worried about what's going on here, which then that will cause it to stretch out a little bit, and that's what creates the gaps for you to score. So let's see how we played it out. So it's into Neymar, ball roll, bang, goal. As easy as that. On to the next clip. I'll let a few of these clips run now just for you to see, because the pattern, you can see it's just rinse and repeat. We're just recycling the same type of play, using the width, using the ram, using the lamb, coming back into the fullback, and then just recycle again, recycling into the CDMs, taking our time into your cam, back to the CDMs, just waiting for the space, being patient, nothing fancy, into Neymar, just a cheeky little ball roll, fake shot, ball roll there, and it's another goal. Again, same here. You've got your left back coming up there. Tellers, pretty lucky there with the pass, but you know we're not being aggressive on that wing play. We're going back and allowing the players to get into position and stretching the play rather than running down the wing. And again, there Neymar, should have been a goal. That should have been a goal. But another example again. There's a very similar style of play. Again, you'll see the same again. Running down the wing. We'll cut back. We'll pass it into the middle. We're going to allow all the players to get forward there. And you're just in there. Put hook sideline on. So let me just pause that now. So you can see now in this match I must have been struggling a little bit because I put hook sideline on. I must have been really struggling to break down his defence. But what that does is, so hook sideline, I'm going to use the minimap. We've got attacking fullbacks and hook sideline. So they're going to stay. Your ram right back and lamp and left back are going to come right out to the wings, and that will allow you then to use your CDMs, use your midfielders. So you've got Sissoko here, Firmino here, you've got De Bruyne here. Then you can pass it right over here or right over here, because they are so wide, and that will create the space in the play for you. We'll let this play out and let's see what we do. So we're into Mendy, we've got De Bruyne here, turning, very patient, into Sissoko, into Firmino. You can see how wide we are now. You can see how wide that play is. Look, literally so wide, and you can see how it's spread out his defenders now. Can you see that? Look how spread out his defenders are. Look at the space here and here. Look at the space here and here. And look at the space here and here. And that is because we have put hug sideline on. So his players have got to stretch out. These players have got to come out to cover these two here. And then again here, you know, you've got a player here and a player here. He's got to cover this space here. And this defender here is covering the lamb, which is Adama here. So it's pulling his players out of position, which is then going to cause the spaces for us to break down the overload ball side and the low depth. Again, Sissoko getting involved, CGM into De Bruyne. Little back heel to Neymar. Again, recycling, coming back into Neymar. Back to De Bruyne. And, you know, again, we create a chance there from that. Not the best chance, but again, we created a chance, that's what it's all about. Another example here, everyone getting forward. De Bruyne here, waiting, just waiting, patient, let people get forward. Into the ram there, Bernardo Silva. Again, patience, into Neymar, taking your time, keeping your finger off run button, just walking, just passing it around into Neymar. Again, nearly another goal. Another example here, tackling him, being aggressive, straightforward, his players all over the place, bang, goal from De Bruyne. And I hope you can see the pattern as well of what I'm doing and how I'm playing, and how I'm not just hitting the wings aggressively. I'm not bombing it down the wings. I'm literally using the wings to spread the play and go from one side to the other to create the gaps. And that is how you're going to beat it. You've got to take your time, spread the play, and utilise them fake shot ball rules and create the gaps that it creates for you having the width in your play. Again, De Bruyne here, into Bernardo Silva, into the ram. Just pause, take our time, bring the cam back into the play, pause again. You've got Mendy there running down the wing, but we don't need to use him. We're just going to use them fullbacks to distract the opponent's defenders and create the gaps in the middle of the park. In there to Neymar, into Bernardo, back out again to Sissoko. There we go, bang, goal. So that's the end of the video clips. I hope that helps you. I hope seeing how I recycle my play, how I use this very similar techniques to overcome overload ball side, and the repetition of my play, and how I did it, and how I created the space in the middle for the strikers to score. I was surprised myself when I was watching it how much my play was recycled over and over again, so to speak. You know, I did the same thing a lot, and it really did work. I think subconsciously I did that. I wasn't actually really aware I was doing generally the same thing over and over again and scoring the goals I was, until I watched it back and created this video for you guys. So it's good for me to see that and show me, you know, make me aware of what actually was working, how I was beating it, rather than me kind of just doing it instinctively. You know, I've got a quick example of here now, just showing you that's a typical setup. The blue is obviously our team, and the red's the other team. You know, this is how 9 times out of 10 you would look in the game on the minimap. I just wanted to show you big on screen. Obviously, I showed you in the game and I was highlighting it, but it's a lot harder to see. But this is typically, if you put attacking fullbacks, how it's going to look. You know, you're going to have your right back here, your ram here, your cam here, your lamb here, your left back here and your striker here, and then obviously you've got your 2 CDMs here and here. And I cannot stress enough how much having this width and utilising it helped. You know, I very rarely got my right back on my lamb here and come down here and scored a sweat goal and passed it in, and again down here and down here. You know, I very rarely did that. I very rarely did that and scored there. I don't think I did that at all, to be honest with you. Maybe did a goal here and there, but generally it was always passing it to these players here and here and recycling it back inside. You know, that is what worked, and that's how I beat overload ball side. You know, passing it in, using the triangles. You know, you want to utilise the triangles until you get the striker and bang, you've got a goal, you know, creating the space, and that's what works. It will cause their players to pull out of position because they have to think about the players on the width, and with your opponents AI defending a lot. It's the only way you're going to create the gaps and the openings for your cam and your striker to score and create gaps in the areas around here and here. These are the areas you want to create the gaps, and that's how you do it. A wide play, involving your left back, involving your right back, utilising your lamb and your ram, utilising CDMs and your cams, recycling the play, using the diamonds, and taking your time. Like you could see, I took my time, let your players get forward, and then utilise the fact that your opponent's got overload ball side. They are compressing the play, and you're going to take advantage of that. You know, it's still difficult. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is the solution, the fix. You know, you're gonna watch this video. You're gonna go away and beat overload ball side. It is still very hard, very hard. It's still a big problem in the game. It's still something that needs fixing. But hopefully, these techniques and the footage I show you will help you overcome it. And that's going to be the end of the video. If you've got any more questions, anything else you'd like me to cover about overload ball side, any other in-game issues you've got, anything you struggle to beat, any tactics, any D-pad tactics, anything you want me to cover, let me know below, and I'll get back to you, and I'll do a video on it if there's anything that I can help you guys with and cover you. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Take care, everyone.